What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Blade Bias. Immediately after I recorded the last video, we're going to talk about the difference between the Calico and the original Tay Flipper, because I didn't really go over that in the last video, and I didn't really have time because I was already too busy rambling. So let's go over the differences. This is not this is just something I wanted to make to give some information to you guys, because I still do believe that there is genuinely a reason to own both of these. So starting off immediately, you might notice that the Calico is slimmer by a little bit, and there's no weights in the end of the handles, but there is at the same time, they're just hidden. Immediate first impressions of flipping, Tay Flipper feels neutral, and by neutral, I think they're both neutral. This has a bit more handle bias, yes, but it still fans like it's neutral. By neutral, should probably more accurately say the weight distribution feels even in the original Tay Flipper. It feels uniform, whereas the Calico feels very handle heavy, and it is weird to get used to. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in my original Calico review I made on this channel, but the Calico has a weird balance. Not everyone is going to like it immediately. It takes a little getting used to, but if it's your cup of tea, you're going to love it. Whereas the original Tay Flipper just feels more uniform and more like more people could enjoy this. It's a more universally good experience, I guess you could say. Not to say the Calico is not good, but it is still a bit weird, especially for newer flippers to get used to. But that's the biggest difference. Also, they're the same weight, but the Calico just feels heavier. Like, the Calico feels a solid 0.2, 0.3 ounces heavier in my hands. Even holding them, like, next to each other, like, I feel a difference in the Calico, even though I really don't. They're the same exact weight, which is super interesting. I really like the idea of a balisong that's not exactly heavy, but it's also, like, it just feels heavier than it is, you know? Especially plastic, because plastic balisongs are normally very light, and I don't super like that too much. Other differences, you can see that the blade is a bit slimmer, and there's 4 weight balls up here, whereas there's only 3 here. And there's more weight towards the tip of the Tay Flipper, or the Calico, sorry, which means that it is going to be... It feels handle heavy, but it's still, like, the weight distribution is still pretty good. Overall, like, they feel similar. Yes. You could, like, if I walked into a room and I flipped both of these, I would say that, yes, this is the improved, more finished version of the Tay Flipper. But the Tay Flipper does still have its charms. It feels a bit lighter. It's got a uniform weight distribution. Feels more neutral, even though there isn't too much of more of a handle bias in the Calico. But, like, I don't know, there's still a reason to own this. The Tay Flipper just also feels a little bigger, even though it really isn't. It's only the handles that are a little bigger. Thickness-wise, I think they're exactly the same. But it just feels a little bit more, like, substantial in your hands in terms of physical size, whereas this feels more substantial in terms of weight. I'm rambling at this point. Jimping is much better on the Calico, as you can obviously see, and Tay has worked to improve the durability of the Calico above the Tay Flipper, because now you're not dealing with spacers, you're dealing with Chandwich, which is great. But overall, yeah. As for which one you should buy, if you don't own a Tay Flipper, just get a Calico, I would say. If you don't enjoy the Calico, I don't really think there's too many people who aren't going to like the Calico. I haven't heard anything bad about it yet from all the beta testers, but we'll have to see what happens when it gets into the hands of the general public and the general flipping community. But yeah, if you don't have a Tay Flipper, just get a Calico. If you do have a Tay Flipper, still get a Calico. And at least own them for a little bit together, because it's worth comparing the two and seeing which one you like better. And then if you decide to sell the old one, go for it. Even if Tay didn't give me this, even if I didn't get a beta review or a beta unit, I probably would still keep both of them around. They're still both genuinely different enough to merit owning both of them. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I've been rambling for far too long. Hope you guys are having a good, doing the mental math in my head, Monday? I think this is going up on a Monday, or maybe it's a Wednesday, or maybe it's a Tuesday, and I'm just stupid. No, I think it's Monday. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good whatever day it is today. Thank you for listening to me ramble about the Calico for 2 days in a row, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.